Welcome into A Toast of Film. And guys, sorry it's been a sec. Been a little busy. Trey's been busy, but I wanted to pop in today and do some nice little micro reviews of 4 big releases we got going right now. So I'll be giving reviews for Frankenstein, Keeper, The Running Man, and Train Dreams. Nice little movie me and Trey watched there tonight. So appreciate y'all listening and watching whatever you do. Got a nice little Christmas display, as you can see. Got the Toast film display. And because today we're talking about Frankenstein, I got the Dankenstein's monster. That's right. We've done this one before for Halloween, but I felt it was so fitting because we're going to be talking about Frankenstein today. And let me tell you, that thing packs a punch. It is a double IPA, and you feel the punch of every bit of it. So check that one out if you're into, something. I was happy the bottle shop still had it with Christmas time upon us, Thanksgiving time upon us. But Frankenstein. So this is from director Guillermo del Toro, he's brought us some incredible movies, including Pan's Labyrinth, including one of my favorites, The Shape of Water. And at the time of this recording, Barnes & Noble has the 50% off Criterion sale. So in my collection, I have Kronos, which was his first film, if I'm not mistaken. And I just picked this one up this week for the sale, Nightmare Alley. Good old one with Bradley Cooper. But we're not talking just about Guillermo del Toro. We're talking about Frankenstein, the book by Mary Shelley. We had the Universal Monsters. We've had Frankenstein and Monster Squad. And now we have this one. So this one is very much a period piece. And it starts out, we're in the Arctic. We come across these travelers. And they find Oscar Isaac, who is Dr. Frankenstein. We know him inside Llewellyn Davis, Star Wars, Ex Machina. And he wants to tell them his tale. I'm a big sucker for any time. Let me tell you my tale. So they lay him down. He's telling the captain because they're running from something out there. They don't know what it is. And that's where we get this story of Dr. Frankenstein and his quest to stop life itself. Be able to, if someone dies, resurrect them. And helping him do that, we have Jacob Elordi playing the creature. He's from The Kissing Booth, amongst other things. This is definitely one of his more breakout roles. We got Mia Goth, our girl from X, playing Elizabeth. Charles Dance from Game of Thrones playing Victor's father. And Christoph Waltz playing Herr Arlander, who's kind of his bankroll for this quest. So this movie, it's very moody, very Victorian feel. I liked it. I did not love it. I think the pace is a little rough. It did take me 2 times. I don't know, something for me, if I'm in the theater, everything is easy. But when you're at home, I actually find it harder to watch films. I had a harder time relaxing and just getting invested when I'm solo dolo just watching a film. And this movie, it's very slow. I do think the acting is good. I think it looks amazing. Just all the castles and everything. Like, it's something definitely to look at. But overall, I do think this should have gone to theaters. I think this is good, but not great. I would put, I wouldn't put on the same level as like A Shape of Water, but I think it's definitely good and you should check it out. I would give Frankenstein like a 3.8 out of 5 cheers. I think it's solid. Now something not so solid. So it's our boy though. Our boy Osgood Perkins bringing us Keeper. And, he did Gretel and Hansel, which I actually do like this movie. And, of course, he bust onto the scene with long legs, Nick Cage. And earlier this year even, he busted out with The Monkey, which I love this bucket. I'm not too big on The Monkey. And then we have this one. So it's this couple, Tatiana Maslany, who is my girl from Orphan Black, and Rosa Sutherland, who plays Malcolm. You know, they've been dating a while. He has this lake house. What could go wrong at a cabin in the woods? Apparently a lot. This movie, it's definitely has some decent shots to it. Osgood Perkins, he understands filmmaking. He understands, quality shots. There's an amazing transition scene where Tatiana Maslany is in a bath and it like slowly fades into the river rapids behind their house, which I thought was really cool. My problem with Keeper is it's just, to me, not good. Like, the acting's fine, the ideas are fine. It's just, it's not scary. It has low replay value. It just wasn't something that worked for me personally. I am excited, for Osgood to keep up the work because, I mean, if this is his potentially worst film, then I still think that's better than a lot of filmmakers. But Keeper, like I said, it just didn't work for me. I'm going to put it at like around a 2.2 out of 5 cheers. It just wasn't my favorite, but I do see the good of Osgood, and who he's selecting as his actors and actresses. Because I mean, Tatiana Maslany, this is, she's been popping up in his film. She was in The Monkey earlier this year. And I do see the potential with the way he shoots. Very excellent shots. But next up, we got The Running Man. And this is from director Edgar Wright. And Edgar Wright, maybe you like the Cornetto trilogy. That's very possible. Maybe you're into comic books and you prefer Scott Pilgrim. Maybe you want a little action with your comedy, Baby Driver. Or maybe you just want some crazy visuals, awesome movie that is Last Night in Soho. Well, whatever you choose, that brings us to The Running Man. So this is a book. We had the film with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And in this one, we got Mr. If You Feel It, Chase It himself, Glenn Powell playing Ben Richards. Ben Richards, he's a nice guy. He's married. He's got a kid, and he's just trying to help them. He lives in very rough area. He can't get a job because he actually stands up for people. So he gets on this game show, The Running Man. So basically, if you can survive 30 days, guess what? Boom. All the money you could ever need and more, you're golden for the rest of your life. And standing in the way, of course, is everyone in society is trying to find you and kill you because then they can get money. And this is all the, behind Dan Killian, who's Josh Brolin. He's like the evil CEO. And we also got the hunters. They're specifically hired to hunt you down, including the leader, McCone, who's played by Lee Pace. Let me tell y'all, shout out Lee Pace, because Lee Pace always brings a great performance. And he just doesn't get the recognition he deserves. But this one, he was great. He's funny. He's just good. I appreciate it. And also the person who, is our host to get us going, get us wanting, get us, are you ready, people, for this, event is Coleman Domingo playing Bobby T. Coleman Domingo, if I can go on a quick little side tangent, he might be my number one actor going. He is incredible. I think his best work is Sing Sing, and that's saying something because, I mean, Rustin, Color Purple, he just doesn't miss, and he is so just energetic, and he's just good at whatever he does. And I'm going to say it right now, I don't know if they've cast or not. The MCU is in a rut right now. We can all agree on that. Whether you want to or not, we can agree. The MCU is not what it was pre-Endgame. I think one thing that could help it is bringing in somebody like Coleman Domingo, who is going to give you this vibrant, incredible, and he can look crazy too. So that's great. And I want him to be cast as a character he's already playing, because in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the cartoon, he voices Norman Osborn. So why not make Norman Osborn in the MCU be Coleman Domingo? And if I could just if Marvel, Sony, whoever, if I can just set you real quick on a scene, I want you to imagine the end of the next coming Spider-Man movie credit scene, right? We haven't had a credit scene that really mattered in a while. Peter's out there, in the audience, and they're like, oh, we got the mayoral race. And it's like, up first is Wilson Fisk. And, we got Wilson and Vincent D'Onofrio, and everybody's like, oh, yeah, yeah. And then, Peter's just sitting there doing a clap, not really caring. He's just trying to figure out what his life is at the moment. And then all his hair starts standing up. His spider sense starts tingling. And he starts to get this nervous feeling. The spider sense is fully taken over his body. And it's like, and facing Mr. Fisk, you know him, you love him. He is trying to build a better future. Please welcome Dr. Norman Osborn. And as each syllable of his name is coming out, we see Peter, we're zooming in on Peter's distressed face. And then it's panning. We think that we're going to get, he has gloves on. We think that we're going to get Willem Dafoe. And then boom, cuts to Coleman Domingo. And he gives, his little speech. And he's like, and together we can build a better tomorrow. Together we can build a bigger tomorrow. Together we can build a green tomorrow. And then he hits that just wonderful Coleman Domingo smile, and it's aimed right at Peter. So as the audience, we're like, okay, does he know that Peter's Spider-Man? Or is it just he's smiling at, a young voter in the crowd? And then Peter's just looking at him with this look like, oh my God, like he knows what Norman can do, or at least what he's dealt with Norman. So small little side tangent. Sorry about that. I've been just saying this for months now, and I just wanted to put that into universe, because Coleman is the person we deserve and need in the MCU. But back to the Running Man, if I can. Sorry about the sidebar. But the Running Man, this movie, much like Edgar Wright's films, it's funny. The action is zany. Glenn Powell seems like he's having the time of his life. He's doing, silly voices. He's having a good time. I think this movie is a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun watching it. And this one's one I actually wouldn't mind seeing again, with a crowd, because it does have that feel of you're right there with, the rest of society watching this Running Man competition. So Running Man, I'm going to give a 4.1 out of 5 cheers. I had a lot of good fun with it, and I hope you check it out. And finally, Train Dreams. So this was Trey's pick for us to have a little movie night. And funny enough, the director, Trent Bentley, he wrote Sing Sing. So there you go. That should show you some qualities in this. And this is based on a book. And so basically it's Joel Egerton plays Robert Grenier. And this is set in the late 1800s, early 1900s, where he is a lumberist. He just goes out there, saws, cuts down trees, all that kind of stuff. And it's just a day in the life film. It is just following this man, his ups, his downs, a lot of downs, and him just trying to exist in the world. Felicity Jones plays Gladys, a woman who he does end up marrying. This movie is a very good drama. I think there are some plot issues that could have used a little more, writing out, but I think Train Dreams is a good drama. We don't get enough good dramas these days, and I like it. I'm going to give Train Dreams a 4 out of 5 cheers. I think if you just want to sit down, get a slow, solid film, and just relax, I think this is your movie. There's nothing too crazy in it. You're just going to be relaxing, enjoying a movie. Check it out, Train Dreams. So there we go. We got Frankenstein Train Dreams on Netflix now. We got Keeper and the Running Man in theaters now. And that's an episode. I hope you enjoy. I hope you let me know what you think about these films or films you want us to review. I'm always trying to review them. And we hope you check us out on Instagram and TikTok, a toast film, all one word. Check us out on Twitter at film_toast. Or check us out on YouTube. You can see the movie wall. I did a little changing up. I got this nice little Christmas display, some Christmas films, some Funkos. I got the nice little Toast of Film display. We're trying to make it cool. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe. Definitely subscribe and comment. I love some comments. But from Trey and myself, make sure you tell somebody you love them. We hope you have a good night and good viewing.